being a confident leader through creativity, through joy. There's an illusion of fortune, money, there's an illusion of knowledge. Queen of Wands has the co-creation with the universe. So Taurus, in this month, you have been holding a lot of baggage. This could be taking on a lot of things, taking on a lot of ideas. In this deck, the Seven of Swords is coming up with like the Nine of Wands energy, where it's like you're holding on to something, like there's a treasure chest. So, but in traditional tarot, the Seven of Swords is about stealing. It's about getting away with something from doing it in an unethical way. But in that, there comes like a baggage, there comes like a responsibility or a guilt factor. But this is something like taking on baggage with the Seven of Swords, and often the Seven of Swords is about like getting away with something, stealing, taking something else without basically doing the work, because you're basically like, the Seven of Swords is about getting away with something because you're stealing someone else's items or you're stealing someone else's ideas, because the Swords is about ideas, information. This is about your intuition, Taurus, for August. I mean, we are coming up at the end of the month, so this can be just listening to your own intuition, listening to your own inner knowledge, really connecting to that inner knowledge, to that inner intuition, into that inner knowing for yourself. And you're also in this position of the Hanged Man, where maybe you're getting enlightenment by looking at a perspective in a different way. It can also be sacrifice. In this deck, he's I'm getting like being waterboarded. So this could be like basically like a torturing device in order to get out information. In regards to, like, we got the Seven of Swords, which is about stealing information. So this could be like someone's trying to torture you to get information in regards to a situation. So like listening to your intuition. But the Queen of Wands, the energy with the Queen of Wands is she has the element of fire, but she is also connected with intuition, because in traditional tarot, and I'm always gonna reference the decks even if I use different decks to the traditional tarot, because traditional tarot is the foundation to all the meanings of the cards. No matter what deck you're using, it's the traditional tarot, that's the foundation. But in traditional tarot, the Queen of Wands is often with a cat, and the Queen of Wands is known as the Witch of Tarot, and the cat is connected to our subconscious, it's connected to our intuition, but the Queen of Wands is also known for being someone that's very passionate, very creative, very intuitive. So tapping into your own intuition of like where your creativity is, because the Queen of Wands is about having the courage, standing up for your passions, for what excites you, and having that confidence and that independence. And Queen of Wands is also about, she's a very social person, so a social butterfly, and she's there's a determination, a confidence that comes with the Queen of Wands, because she is a symbol of fire and strength, and she's often symbolizing life, fertility, joy, and satisfaction. And while she is bold and outgoing and is often referenced to creativity and what lights you up, what gives you joy, and following that joy, but also it's about also connecting with your shadow self, so the darker, lesser known side of your being. And that can be in regards to the High Priestess, the intuition, because both of these cards are connecting to intuition and inner knowing. And Queen of Wands can be symbolizing, this can be pointing you, Taurus, to using your intuition, tapping into your intuition in a creative way. So this could be like tapping into the arts as to connect to your intuition, because Queen of Wands is a very creative queen. So it is like possibly tapping into your own creativity, whatever that means for you, in order to connect to that inner knowing, that inner knowledge. And you see here the Queen of Wands, she has two pillars on either side of her, and the high priestess also has two pillars beside her. So this is like mastering duality of the masculine and feminine within yourself. You might have a lot of options right now. The Seven of Cups can also signify illusions, like you have so many options and you're paralyzed and you're not able to come to a decision. So by having too many options, you actually like self-sabotage yourself from actually taking no action at all. But also the Seven of Cups is an illusion, so like be careful. That cup might look like an opportunity, but it might actually point to something that doesn't feed you, because the Seven of Cups does point to the fact like the illusion of opportunities. And that's why I feel that you really need to tap into your intuition. Queen of Wands and the High Priestess, this is about really tapping into your intuition, knowing what fires you up, knowing what excites you. I think what's happening here, especially with the Seven of Cups for you, Taurus, is that you really need to tap into your own inner being, your inner self, to what actually gives you your intuition, in order to know what actually gives you joy, what actually gives you excitement, what builds and it's building your confidence. When you tap into your intuition, it's going to build your confidence in order to be the Queen of Wands. Because what's going to happen is, in that inner knowing, in that inner confidence, in that your intuition is going to lead you to know what you are in leadership for. Because I feel your intuition is going to guide you to being a confident leader through creativity, through joy. But it is also tapping into your intuition leads us to know like what gives us joy, what gives us excitement. If we don't know what gives us excitement, Taurus, if we don't know what gives us excitement, then we have too many options. Then we don't know what to pick. And like I said before, that's self-paralysis. Because if we don't know what we want, we don't know what's good for us, then we look to others to pick a cup for us. And in the end, that's going to be, because you see here, it's like this illusion of death. There's the illusion of growth, or herbs. Maybe there's an illusion of fortune, money. There's an illusion of knowledge. The illusion of the Seven of Cups is like you have so many options that you don't know what to pick. So it is tapping into your intuition in order to know what is that joy, what do you actually want. I feel that in August 2024, what you've been dealing with is that you don't know what to pick. You might have too many options, or there might be too many offerings, or it also could be career wise. It could be like you're looking at like what the next option, your career is. Queen of Wands has the co-creation with the universe. Enlightenment through seeing something from a different perspective. Yeah, you also have death. So this is ending something this month. This ending something, realizing you're having a different perspective and realizing in this situation, it's actually something needs to die in order to bring new life. And it's something that's emotional, and you're gaining a different perspective about this in order to take action. But also, and coming from that, we have the King of Swords. And so this is a mastery of knowledge. This is having reason, having authority, about having discipline, also about morality and ethics, and having that integrity, making a choice out of ethics because it is right. And so it might not seem fair to other people, but the way the King of Swords sees it is a choice needs to be made in regards to ethics, to like balance out the bags, balance out the scales. It's about like a collective energy of balancing rather than a choice being made because it is right for a specific, or would be better for a specific person. It's about like in the collective energy, in the general energy, like this choice will balance out the energy of the system, or it'll like the system in regards to like law and what's correct universally, where the collectively we're all influenced by the collective energy. So it's like making a objective choice. It's not playing favoritism, but so it's like making a choice that even if it's hard for you to make the choice because you will get the small stick of the bargain or whatever, but it's making the choice because it's correct to balancing out the energy, to balancing out the system is what I keep getting. So this is really Queen of Wands has the energy of like sacral chakra, because it's connected to creativity. The King of Wands is connected to the crown chakra because it's connected with the mind. So it's using those as you have a lot of balancing, like polar opposite, because you see here the Queen of Wands, she has two pillars beside each other. The King of Swords, he doesn't have two pillars, but he has two bags, which are symbolism for scales in regards to air element with the King of Swords. To get through the illusion of the Seven of Cups, you have to be objective of not being emotionally influenced by something, because we see the water. So the King of Swords has the ability that even in emotional conflicts or emotional influences, he's able to raise his sword and be objective and make a decision without being influenced from the heart of what he wants. Because sometimes a king has to make a choice for his community, or he has to make a choice for his kingdom, even if he gets sacrificing his own dignity for his people. Because the king is always considerate of his people. He's the rulership. If he makes any choice at all, it's just a dictatorship. If it makes a choice out of being something personal, it's a dictatorship. It's tyranny. This is a card that is associated with imagination, fantasy, and choices. So Taurus, this is a reminder that you have the power to choose your path in life, but you must be careful to not be distracted by illusions or false promises. So again, this is about going back to the King of Swords, to being objective, because the cups represent the many options or opportunities in your life right now, but they also serve as a warning to not be seduced by illusions. So this is about like daydreaming about options or opportunities or choices you may have, or even procrastination, but it is reminding you to focus on what is truly important to you. That goes back to the High Priestess, really tapping into your intuition of what is important to you. What do you actually want? And by tapping into your intuition, to your creativity, the Queen of Wands, mastering confidence of what she wants, and not being deterred by illusions or fantasies of other people trying to deter you, for you to pick their cup. And it could be a choice that ends up in a death, in illusion, in trying to get away with something, because we did see the Seven of Swords. It is about stealing ideas, stealing information, so that in order for us to not get dissuaded or swayed by illusions of opportunities, it's important to tap into our own intuition and also be objective. The King of Swords. So the King of Swords, this card is associated with authority, clarity, and rationality. So Taurus, this is representing power of your mind and encourages you to use logic and reason to solve your problems. You have to be honest with your dealings with others and make decisions based on facts rather than emotions. This is associated with leadership, justice, and truth. Combining the Seven of Cups with the King of Swords, that this is showing that you are facing a situation that requires careful consideration and rational decision making right now. So you may be feeling overwhelmed by the many options that you have, but you really need to use your intuition to discern what is real and what is not. Once you tap into your intuition, you'll be able to know, you'll have that self-assurance and energy to actually take action in what the choices that you have and what the right one is for you. So it's really tapping into your intuition as well as tapping in, being objective when you do finally make that decision. The High Priestess with the Queen of Wands is a very feminine energy. It's a combination of a feminine wisdom and dynamic energy, Taurus. So this is asking you this month to trust your intuition and inner guidance, while also empowering you to take action and pursue your goals. Whenever we have a queen and a king, this can also reference a relationship, a connection, a soul connection. Essentially, it is tapping into your intuition in order to bypass the illusions that are being presented for you. And the fact that we have the Seven of Cups between a queen and a king, this tells me that there's some sort of like fogginess or miscommunication between these two people. What is the Queen of Wands with the King of Swords? We have the Ace of Swords, Three of Swords, and we have Seven of Pentacles. The Three of Swords tells me that this connection is a painful connection. Like either there's been lies or deceiving nature between this couple. The fact that there's an Ace of Swords with the Three of Swords, this tells me that some new information was provided which led to a painful situation. New information, new ideas were provided, a message in which led to that new information where one party found out about something and it caused a Three of Swords is about deceit. It's potentially basically about breakups or ending things with certain people, certain parties, but it is a very painful situation because it has to do with deceit, it has to do with betrayal, it has to do with like basically ideas, new information, new ideas come up which then results in a painful situation because essentially things come up from illusions, and then you might potentially have to make a choice from the messages you received, your High Priestess, your inner knowing, that creates a painful ending. This came out after the Three of Swords. This is like something that's been brewing a long time, something that's been growing, because in traditional tarot, Seven of Pentacles is he's waiting for the seeds that he's planted to come out. So the fact that we have the Seven of Cups between these two parties, and we have information that comes into heartbreak, and I feel that with the Seven of Pentacles, this is something that's been growing, seeds have been planted, and then finally it comes out into fruition. So this could potentially be like someone planted the seeds in order to separate, to create this illusion between two parties. We're going to get clarity, discover something, discovery, a focus, a mental force, or a truth's going to come out. Unfortunately, is going to lead to heartbreak. The heartbreak, the Three of Swords, is going to lead, or a painful situation, doesn't have to be a heartbreak, it doesn't have to be a breakup, but it's going to make you like self-evaluate in regard, continue to persevere and planning, because the Seven of Coins is talking about like a waiting period, and then self-reflecting on like reevaluating if like depending on the results that you get, what you need to do less of, what you need to do more of. What is the Seven of Cups? So Seven of Cups is the Emperor. This is having authority, discipline, foundation, power, protection. So this is a completing something that's fated, karma, luck, or an opportunity. But I feel the Emperor is about taking action. The leader, he's confident. It's being disciplined and making a choice that's like part of your karma, that's part of your fate. We also have Four of Cups with the Moon, and Four of Cups, it discusses like basically having an ungratitude or a missed opportunity, and this has to do with your subconscious. This has to do with your shadow, which is connected to your High Priestess, your intuition. And the fact this is in regards to the Seven of Cups, originally this is about like having a missed opportunity. So it's really, you really need to tap into your High Priestess, your intuition, your inner guide, in order that the Seven of Cups doesn't turn into a missed opportunity for you in regards to your shadows. It's like, don't make a choice out of your shadows. Karma is going to come around and make the choice for you. As I'm getting the Four of Cups with the Moon, this tells me that you're making choices out of your shadow. You're living from your shadow self, your unhealed shadow self. When we don't heal, when we don't face our shadow, our subconscious, then what happens is that it's like basically self-sabotage. Like you're self-sabotaging yourself. And the Moon is also about intuition, tapping into your intuition. When we're not tapped into it, we can miss opportunities that potentially is our fate. And it could be that a missed opportunity is your fate. It is in the shadow, it is in the subconscious, and you don't know, and you're making choices from your subconscious. And it might be like, oh, I don't know why this is happening for me, this betrayal, but it is from the subconscious because it's meant to happen. This tells me like you're in a cycle, like you're repeating something, and the Three of Swords is going to break that cycle through pain, through heartbreak, unfortunately. But you have gotten two archetypes, the Emperor and the King of Swords, which mention self-discipline, strict in your decisions, not making your decisions from the heart, but having the ability to make a decision from the heart and from the mind, being objective while doing what is correct for you. The warning is that don't miss an opportunity